The conference consists of several tracks. One of them is relating to statistical tools, another one is relating to leadership principles and techniques that we should be using in our everyday work as quality professionals and as managers. And the use of these enhanced or up-to-date tools allows us to do a better job of supporting our organizations, and really the whole effort is keyed into continuous improvement. What I saw this morning at the end of the keynote is that there's just a large amount of networking and discussion between the people who are in attendance. So that's really achieving one of the main objectives of being here, that people learn from each other. And people have a lot of experiences that are similar, and so it's good to find out how somebody else in a different organization has approached dealing with these issues in their own organization. You know, what things worked, what things did not work, and as a result of that, go back with some new ideas of things to try to make their own organization work better.
Yeah, I heard about this conference through my email about maybe 4 weeks ago. And I figured that it's a local event that I can actually come to, and my company will be able to sponsor me to come here. Plus, I also know that the ASQ local chapter really put on a very good quality programs. And when I looked at the program, I figured out that there are some programs that I could attend here that will actually help me on my job also.
I think it's been wonderful. I just left a session and the participants were very engaged in the discussion. They were very interested. It was great.
I hear everyone enjoying all of the talks that I've gone to. Over lunch, a lot of us had been in the same meeting just before, and we had a good talk about it.
Because what we heard is that quality needs to start moving more towards impacting culture and leadership alignment.
Today's sessions are all 1 hour long, which really only gives you enough time to do an overview of a subject and to whet somebody's interest in it, and maybe make a contact with a speaker and for follow-up, or to go to some other sources for follow-up.
Innovation is the #1 concern for our companies, our employers.
If you don't take care of your customers, someone else will. So let's not give them the chance in the first place. So here's what we know.
Exit interviews revealed that chronic unresolved conflict is at the heart and a decisive factor in 50% of all employee departures.
What we focus in on the second day is workshops. The workshop day is really, because it's taking a much longer time for a session, the speakers can get into much more detail, more extensive coverage of a subject, and so we expect that people that come in there will have larger nuggets of knowledge to take back to their organization. They're coming specifically to hear certain subjects that are of interest to themselves and to their organization to do things better. Because the bosses, when they send them here, they say, what are you going to bring back to help our organization tomorrow? And so that's why people come to the workshop sessions.
The other one that I attended today that I didn't think was going to be very beneficial turned out to be very beneficial. They were talking about how to present your information very accurately. I mean, any kind of information you want to present, maybe it could be in an interview situation, or it could be a big meeting that you really want things to work out well. And the idea is to think about it a little bit ahead of time and really come out with the information that you want to let people go away with.
As part of our Professional Development Summit, we have a line of exhibitor booths as to provide services and products to our attendees. And this ranges from organizations that provide statistical software to service organizations to, we actually have a couple of the ASQ divisions have booths here, as well as we have a section booth and a booth from some of our partnering organizations, Manufacturers Alliance and the Minnesota Council for Quality. So there's quite a variety of available information and of services to the attendees, and so they can make personal contacts as well as take back information to help their organizations.
I think people seem to really be having an enjoyable time here today. I mean, the program lasts for about an hour or so, and then you also get a chance to walk around to look at the exhibits. That's really keeping people going and mingling.
One of the biggest things that we have to deal with is that we can't help a lot of the members unless they show up. There's a lot of things available, of course, online, but a lot of this face-to-face learning and connection is only done if we can get them to come to our events. And so seeing the number of people out here today is really encouraging, and a lot of people come because of word of mouth. The attendance this year is dramatically larger than we've been able to achieve over the last several years. So we've been able to bring in a lot more people to expose to the available current information that's out there, both from an exhibitor point of view as well as presenters.
One of the big challenges with innovation is to come up with really good ideas, but then you can't get the executive decision makers engaged. It's hard to get their attention, it's hard to draw them in, it's hard to sell them on the idea.
So then the risk management in that scenario, it seems to me, is definitely value adding.
We'll also learn what we can do better for next year, because one of the things that we teach is continuous improvement, but we also try to apply it ourselves to how we run our organization.
This is an age when we're going to Twitter and Facebook, and we need to have face-to-face contact with each other. And the other thing that they get here is they get the new language. The language is changing.
I think I've really benefited greatly by really taking time off today, come to a meeting like this or a seminar like this, and spending all day here really is very beneficial to me. And there's a lot of things that I will be able to take back to my job.
I've been in the manufacturing quality industry for over 18 years now, and what I've been involved with is a number of different quality and manufacturing related services. So the ASQ has always been one of those associations that stands out as one to be a part of.
I think it's a great organization. I think they're doing a lot to help people move quality in their organizations forward.
ASQ, their research, it said all that was beautiful. It educated those executives. It woke them up. And they will then go back, I'm sure, after this conference being inspired and full of fuel to help their organizations.
It's not a trade show, but that you're involved more with the actual quality and manufacturing community that ASQ is connected with. And so there's tremendous value. The people that you typically want to meet and talk to are here.
I come almost every year. Every year I take home something.
I will come back, and I would recommend other people to come back to these workshops, and you can learn a lot from these workshops.
Well, of course I would recommend it. I think it needs to grow. And I think it's wonderful that you're collaborating with 3 organizations, and I want my organization to come next year.
I will encourage my friends, when I get back, I'm going to tell them, why didn't you sign up?
Yeah, get yourself out of the office, learn something new. You always get something new here.
The food is fantastic, especially the cheesecake.
Thank you.